right now, they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
General contractors, business owners, property owners. The success of your business requires doing business with the right people. And the right people, when it comes to drywall, acoustical ceilings, and specialty products, are at Premier Drywall. Kevin and his crew will give your project the response and attention it deserves.
You'll get all of the attention to detail and quality that you would expect from someone who's been in the business for 30 years. For your new builds, build-outs, or renovations, reach out to Kevin. Kevin at PremierDW.com. Premier Drywall in Lincoln.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at KoppelCars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit, and you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour, an opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit-SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Can I go to the sleepover?
If there's any drinking, I want you to say, no thanks, not my thing.
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
They say that April showers bring May flowers, but May delivers a lot more than that at GE Landscape Supply. Stop by for the Spring Landscape Days sale with almost everything on sale. Get 15% off of mulch, 10% off decorative rock, 20% off of flagstone, 25% off of decorative cobblestone, 15% off of stone edging, and 10% off soils. Save up to 25% rain or shine from May 1st through the 6th at GE Landscape Supply for the Spring Landscape Days sale. Open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
This is former Husker Kenny Wilhite. Some kids worry about basic math, others worry about basic needs. In Lincoln, 132 kids are receiving intensive support from Cedar Street Outreach Team. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day on May 24th, your gift goes even further. Go to GiveToLincoln.com to make your gift to Cedars to support Lincoln kids. That's GiveToLincoln.com, helping kids through Cedars.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather.
Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, partly sunny skies expected today. And great spring day with an afternoon high of around 70. Tonight, though, we'll see a chance of showers and an overnight low of around 48. And tomorrow, we'll see that showers chance continue. Cooler and windy conditions tomorrow with a high of around 60. A meteorologist, Kyle Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and TicketFM.com.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me short. Look at me short. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown.
Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakoven. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Yeah.
Yes. Welcome to the ticket. Welcome to the ticket 93.7. I'm trying to get online right quick, y'all. Y'all got to work with me.
Yeah, the computer's messing with us. We are in studio, of course. Myself, Jake Bakovic, and Terrell Farley. The captain will join us here in about an hour. He's got something popping up, so we will hear from the captain in a little bit, but it is a busy day, of course. Who knows if there's going to be some more transfer portal action. Nebraska still needs to get down to 85 scholarships. We could see that today. NFL draft. Big day, of course, for a lot of teams across the league. So we'll kind of talk about those positions in potential, number one draft picks or where do you want your team to get tonight taken care of. Of course, the NBA going crazy. Jimmy Butler is that guy right now as they take down the number one seed Milwaukee Bucks, which is good because it gives my Boston Celtics a home court advantage if they do
there I
proceed.
go.
There you go. And Terrell has joined us almost online, although I don't see it yet.
So, yes, the NFL draft tonight, and just one round. So we want to figure out where Trey Palmer's going. I seen a listing or the mock draft that he's going to my guys with the 12th pick in the third round. Who are my guys? The Atlanta Falcons. Can't forget about it. But we're waiting on Bach to set me up right quick. We're running a little behind today. Come on, Bach. Come on, Bach.
Should be this one.
Now we're in there. All righty. So, what we got today, Bach? So today's the day for the captain to run this 400. We're gonna see. So I'm going to play a little music and see if you're listening, Captain, this is for you.
Yeah, he's been putting off the 400 for a little bit. Today is finally the day. He does have something pop up this morning again, so he can't join us right away. But he's still planning on running the 400 today, so we'll see if we get it done. And like you said, we can open up with some nice music for him.
For you, Captain. Today is the day the captain runs the 400 meters.
Can he beat Nick's score? That's what it's about. I know that he's
run?
Put it down. Will he run?
Or will he shame us? That's what we want to know. If you're listening, Captain, bring your track shoes. Bring your Bengay. Bring your water. Just run the damn thing today, Captain. That's all we want to hear. So what we got in college football news, I see, Primetime signed 3 players yesterday.
Well, that's good because he's losing a lot of them.
And the biggest one was the edge rusher from Florida State.
Yeah. We do have Rico jumping in.
Gentlemen, I'm just letting you know I'm going to let Captain's Country know. Right now, we're 0 for 2 on finding tracks for him to run it at. We have contacted our connection at Nebraska Wesleyan to see if we can use their track. If we don't have a track to run on, It's not happening.
He can run around Walmart.
Yeah.
Outside. That's
It's
400
not
yards.
happening.
We can measure it
Oh,
out
no,
somewhere.
we're gonna go to the college. I don't think they're practicing right now. We're gonna try UNL first.
I DM the coach. He hasn't responded yet. I just want to
okay.
make sure that
That's
we're
okay.
able to use it.
We're okay. Long as he doesn't look at Nick. Nick's excited for today. Nick thinks
He finally sees if he wins the race.
I just want to make sure that we have a track for him to run it on because I want it to be an exact 400. I don't want it to be any guessing games from us. So if we can find a place to run it, it'll get done. If not,
it'll
probably
never get
done.
Yeah. Well, we only got 2 days anyway because we're not going any farther than what we have to go. So it's either the day or no day. And you just walk around with the
did not qualify maybe if,
Yeah.
if he doesn't make it today. Yeah, that's so we'll see if we can get a track out there. The plan obviously was to run it today, and he's got to beat 85 seconds.
How many? Okay. So I got a text saying how many people will be there. So we're not going to have a cheering section. I'm not going to tell you guys where it's going to be, but Terrell, you'll go. I don't know if I'll be there because I got the water cooler with Bach. Mark might be there with his camera and Vershawn. So I'll just say like 5 people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sounds about right. I'll say 5 people.
We'll bring too many poor people.
Eric said he drives by UNL track every day, and there are hardly any ever people out there, so we're good. Yeah, we'll just go to UNL.
Yeah.
So, NBA.
Great stuff in the NBA.
The NBA. Big Shot Jimmy.
Yes.
Took the number 1 seed out.
Yes.
Great game last night. Overtime.
Yeah. On NBA TV, unfortunately. This wasn't even on, your basic national TNT or something, but
So is it you have to buy NBA TV to watch the
well,
game?
it can be it depends on what your cable package is. But
Mhm.
yeah, for the most part, you got to get the sports package or whatever if you're going to get NBA TV. So kind of disappointing how they've done that, because when they do it for NCAA March Madness, you just get True TV involved and get some of your partners, and I just feel like they should do the same. But I guess they're trying to magnify NBA TV. I'm sure that's the league's channel, so it makes some sense. But at the same time, you can't have the number 1 seed eliminated in dramatic fashion, and most of the nation isn't watching because they don't have NBA TV.
Yeah. Well, what about your Boston Celtics when they play? They play tonight?
They play tonight, yeah, Game 6 in Atlanta.
Yeah, let's go ATL.
Yeah, Boston's been playing with their food a little bit. I think they'll probably finish it off tonight.
We're bringing out Harry the Hulk tonight.
Yeah.
Harry Hulk coming out tonight.
Well, what frustrated me is Blake Griffin didn't play all series. With about 8 minutes left to go in Game 5, Boston's up like 8-10 points. They put Blake Griffin in. And it was like, all right, we're preparing for next series because we need to get ready for the big bodies to go against Joel Embiid. It's like, no, take care of business. And now because they haven't done that, and it wasn't Blake Griffin's fault for what it's worth. I mean, he went in there. That was just kind of showing you where Boston's mindset was.
Yeah.
That they had it won and they were moving on or whatever. And, down the stretch, Tatum's getting technicals. Marcus Smart's doing bad fouls. I mean, you kind of take the good with the bad with those guys and their competition level, competitiveness, I should say. But we'll see. I think that one's interesting tonight. Interesting question here. While we're on it, I think we can get to some of the audio here. Giannis was asked if I want to get your thoughts on this. Obviously, a number 1 seed losing to an 8 seed. Here was Giannis in post game last night.
Do you view this season as a failure?
Oh my God. Okay, because I'm not that up. You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay. Do you get the promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, right? Which is to get a promotion, to be able to take care of your family, to be able, provide the house for them or take care of your parents. You work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success, and if you've never, I don't want to make it personal. So there's always steps to it. Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure. That's what you're telling me. No, I'm asking you a question. Yes or no? Okay, exactly. So why you ask me that question? It's a wrong question. There's no failure in sports. You know, there's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful. Some days you're not. Some days it's your turn. Some days it's not your turn. And that's what sports is about. You don't always win. Some other people's gonna win. And this year somebody else is gonna win. Simple as that. We're gonna come back next year, try to be better, try to build good habits, try to play better, not have a 10-day stretch with playing bad basketball. You know, and hopefully we can win a championship.
So there you have it. He went on to talk about how they won, in 2021 and hadn't won previously since the 70s. Was saying all those years in between for the Bucks was not a failure. Obviously, the losing to the 8 seed is somewhat historic, so you understand the question there. But do you see that? Do you see there are no failures in sports? I mean, certainly 1-11 season is pretty bad.
A 1 losing to an 8 is a failure.
Yeah,
I mean, it's no way to put it. You're a 1 seed all season. You play to have the best record, and you play for home court advantage throughout the playoffs. It's a wasted season. That's what it is to me. It's a wasted season, and to be honest with you, Honest played great. 39 points, 20 rebounds.
Here's the thing. He had the chance to tie the game. He had the ball in his hands, and we give crap to LeBron for this, who, by the way, is like one of the most clutch players in history, but we still give him crap because he passes the ball once in a while for it. Giannis is nearly unstoppable at full speed going toward the hoop. Now, I'm not saying it was perfectly set up. The Heat were trying to defend it, but they ended up not getting a shot off. Yeah, they had they ended up Grayson Allen, passing the ball around, and Grayson Allen didn't even get the shot off. So I don't know one way or the other. That was a tough look for the Milwaukee Bucks to finish.
They
the season.
lost 4-1.
Yeah,
I mean,
what else? Close.
What else is it? He should have said yes. It's a failure. I mean, you're the top seed in the overall. Do they have the best record in the NBA?
I think the Nuggets do, but they have
okay.
The best
but here's
record
the
in
thing,
East.
though. You're number 1 in the Eastern Conference. You got home court advantage throughout the playoffs, and here you go, let an 8 seed beat you. That's like college football having an 8-man playoffs, and Georgia loses to, let's say, who's the number 8 seed? We probably think.
I don't know. Last year, I can't think, but I don't know. Some team the Bears.
Utah, yeah. Let's say Georgia.
That's still a good team.
I mean, yeah,
that was a good team.
I mean, yeah, but
I mean, honestly,
we
it's like them
expect
losing
that.
to TCU.
We wouldn't expect that.
Honestly, it's like them losing to TCU in the national championship. By the way, we got the AOK from our third option. Don't say where it is because we can only have so many people.
Okay.
So our third option.
So it's happening today.
Yes.
As long as Rashawn shows up.
Yeah, as long as he shows up.
They can sit outside the gate or sit on the street and watch. Tell it, Rico.
I mean, yeah, I guess they could, but
we're going to be at Nebraska Wesleyan at 12:15.
Okay.
Is it Nebraska Wesleyan?
It is.
Okay.
Play my song again one more time for him, Bob.
All right, let me find it here.
Captain, this is Stargate. Today at 12:15, you are to report to Nebraska Wesleyan. If you don't, the ticket, 93.7, will put a warrant out for your failure to appear on the station. Thank you, Captain. Out.
Now, I will say that Wesleyan's track is fantastic.
Did you bring your running shoes? That's the question.
I did not.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you guys aren't you guys going to run a 40?
I'm going to run it. Do we have a stopwatch?
I'm sure we
if you have a phone, you have a phone. No, seriously, they're the same.
I don't
thing
think
now.
we have a legit stopwatch.
Terrell, phones are stopwatches.
Look,
now.
Terrell, look.
It does the
ready?
same thing now.
Ready?
There's like a stopwatch function. It does the exact same thing a stopwatch will do.
Stopwatch.
Okay.
I might have to run home and get my running shoes.
So you guys are gonna additional side race the 40 between Rico and Terrell.
No, I'm just running the 40. If Rico want to get in there, he can get in there. He's gonna get smoked regardless. But
See, when you talk like that, I want to see
times.
a race. Yeah, do some
We'll do
times.
times.
Yeah, maybe not at the same time, but
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do 40 times.
It'll be fine.
We're going to learn a lot today about who's faster.
Huh?
So we're going to learn a lot today.
Yeah.
You guys have been talking trash this whole time. VJ and
we
Nick
haven't really been talking trash.
No,
Well,
me and Rico don't talk trash.
Me and Terrell respect each other.
Yeah.
I know. Look, if this was back when he was in peak physical
yeah.
condition,
Yeah.
based on the times that he's told me and the times that I've looked up, I'm not beating him.
Yeah, no.
Well, my 40 varies from year to year. High school, 4.35. Junior college, 4.37. Then when I got to Nebraska, run on electronic time, like a 4.5 something. But when I went to Green Bay after I didn't get drafted, I ran a 4.41 on my first run. So, and that was probably weighing 200 pounds.
Yeah.
And they switched me to corner.
Yeah.
So after 200 pounds, I got down to 188.
Did you get ready for corner? Yeah.
Yeah, I got down to 188 to play corner. And I was lost. I'm not going to lie. I'm not because I never played DB at all.
Corner seems kind of, wouldn't safety maybe work
I thought I was
better?
I thought I was going to be a safety, but
Yeah.
Things didn't. I mean, I guess I ran the 40 too fast. I mean, but they liked
so.
my size, but
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for corner.
Yeah.
It was too much. I was basically lost in the meeting room. When you say Y versus X versus yellow versus this, I'm a linebacker, man. The only thing I know is hook the flats, curls. I got that, man. I don't know all that stuff like that.
You weren't
So
ready.
and so then I went to Canada. I was able to play linebacker there, and it worked out for a couple of years. But like I said, I'm just gonna run to see where I'm at right now. I know I'm not trying to run to break a personal time, but
no.
But
you're trying to beat Rico. Let's make it competitive.
No, I'm trying to
beat Rico.
I'm trying to show people, like, no matter what your age is, as long as you compete and give your best, that nobody can tell you anything.
That's what Giannis just said, and you told him it was a failure.
Well, it's a failure to lose. It's a failure to lose 4 games to 1 in an NBA playoff. That's a failure now.
People are
Come on
parading.
now.
They're happy. They're like they're saying, use this Giannis quote to teach your kids about sports. And you're saying, no, it's a failure.
No. That's like, let's say, Mike Tyson losing to the guy from Popeye. That big guy in the ring. What's his name? The big fat guy that was fighting Popeye in the movie. That's like Mike Tyson losing to him. Butterball. What is it?
Butterball,
Yeah, Butterball. That's like Mike Tyson losing to Butterball. Come on, that's not gonna happen.
Hey, Jimmy. Now the Heat might not have had the best season, and I understand they're the 8th seed, but they did. In the bubble, they went all the way. They've had a good organization, obviously, for years. And Jimmy Butler, when he goes off, man, does he go off. Right before we go to break here, I did want to give you also Jimmy's audio from last night. Obviously, Giannis was frustrated with the question, but I thought that he handled it with dignity. Here is a reporter buttering himself up to Jimmy and Jimmy's reaction.
Jimmy, with all you guys have been through this year, adversity, even this series, losing Tyler and losing Vic, all the close games, having to play in, losing the first play-in. What does it say about this team that you were sitting here now, having defeated the number 1 seed, getting ready for national television at Madison Square Garden on Saturday?
Don't we play on Sunday?
Sunday, I'm sorry.
Look at you. Do your job.
Thank you.
The guy spends a whole minute buttering him up, telling him how great of a season he does. He makes a mistake in the question, and Jimmy says, "Do your job."
This guy named Gabe, he just, before we go to break, I want
to
take this moment. He says, "Hey, wait, period. What's going on today, guys? Is Mr. Farley racing Vinnie Mac?" Gabe, I gave Vinnie so many chances to race me. I'm gonna let Vinnie, train for his decathlon, whatever the marathon he runs. Vinny's not ready for the real speedster, so he stick with the marathon they got at the stadium when they run it, whatever marathon they have in English. Because this guy tries to challenge me.
Who's Vinny?
Vinny, just say he's an old guy.
Yeah,
he is old. So yeah, if anybody knows, so Gabe, you call Vinny Mac and tell him that he's not ready.
All right. See, I know there's some trash talk in there. I know there's some respect level as well. But I can't wait to see what the times you guys have. At least you guys will be running.
Yeah.
And Rashawn hopefully will come down here and get this 400 done as well.
All right.
Go ahead and sit a break.
We're at the Ticket 93.7 on the black shirt, Terrell Farley, and I'm with
Bach.
And we waiting on the captain. We'll be back.
This is your high school minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. In baseball, on Tuesday, April 25th, Lincoln Southeast would fall to Columbus 3-1. Lincoln High beat Omaha South 5-2. Austin Jurgens would lead the Lynx, racking up 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Lincoln Northeast won over Fremont 7-6. Fremont would score 5 runs in the top of the 7th, but it still wasn't enough to get the win over Northeast. And Lincoln Pius 10th won over Waverly 8-5. Switching to girls soccer for Tuesday's games, Lincoln North Star was shut out by Columbus, losing 3-0. Lincoln East dominated over Kearney, winning 4-0, and Schuyler won over Lincoln Northwest 3-1. This has been your Southeast Community College High School Minute. Learn more today at southeast.edu with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
If you're interested in installing solar panels in Nebraska, there's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln, and you can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar Certified Pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at 402-440-4371. Solar by Alpine Electric.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. And you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour. An opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
They say that April showers bring May flowers, but May delivers a lot more than that at GE Landscape Supply. Stop by for the Spring Landscape Days sale with almost everything on sale. Get 15% off of mulch, 10% off decorative rock, 20% off of flagstone, 25% off of decorative cobblestone, 15% off of stone edging, and 10% off soils. Save up to 25% rain or shine from May 1st through the 6th at GE Landscape Supply for the Spring Landscape Days sale. Open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
Attention Lincoln. Looking for an effective way to reach the fitness goals you haven't been able to accomplish on your own? Body Fit Training science-based programming is led by multiple highly accredited coaches who will help you get the results you're capable of. Their group of strength training classes are designed to help you build muscle, burn fat, and improve your overall fitness level. At BFT Lincoln, you'll train like an athlete and be surrounded by motivated and like-minded individuals. For a limited time only, book a free class or exclusive trial offer by visiting bodyfittraining.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
The Ticket Water Cooler with Jake Bakoven and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
I think exit meetings are going on.
Yep.
Which we're expected.
I think things have been happening since the spring game ended. We are now two transfer portal entries deep. Richard Torres, Victor Jones Jr. So what it looks like is some of the younger guys who were recruited by the previous staff.
And also keep this in note: 2 members of the red team this past Saturday.
Oh, no.
How many red team squad members are we going to lose?
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Power on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, Bob, wrong one. Welcome back to The Ticket 93.7, the black shirt with Bach. The captain is on the way. Well, Bach, I guess we lost out on that commit.
Did we? We did lose that on him?
Yeah, Kamar Prescott.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to Wisconsin.
Oh, that's not a good. It's like a team to lose to.
I know, but you know, Luke Fickell's a great coach. I mean, I can't say anything bad about the guy. He's a rebuilder himself. You know, not knowing how great good Wisconsin is going to be this year, so we just have to wait and see. They've been very quiet offseason for them.
Colorado's up to 55 now in the portal. Had another quarterback enter the portal. Also, the transfer, the Notre Dame transfer that we talked about, the quarterback Tyler Buckner yesterday, has transferred to Alabama following Tommy Rees. So a little bit of a running threat, as we mentioned yesterday. Not great stats as of yet. I don't know if you expect him to start at Alabama, but we'll see. Some movement in the portal today. And I think you probably got to expect the exit meetings are continuing today. Expect to see more Nebraska action in the portal.
Yeah, it's been slow since yesterday. I don't know if they probably going to do 4 or 5 a day. But it shows slow enough.
Yeah, I mean, they still seemingly got to get down to 85 at least before fall camp. Again, the transfer portal window closes on the 30th, so that's Sunday. They got to get some movement still there. So we'll see today if we have any surprises on that side. Of course, today too. Also, first round of the NFL draft. And I'm excited for this year's draft. Of course, Nebraska has some stake in it. Probably not tonight, but Trey Palmer listed right now on ESPN's best available at 152. That puts him near the end of the 4th round, potentially going into the 5th round. So I think that's kind of where you'll see Trey Palmer go. Of course, Nebraska's has some other guys, Travis Vokalek, O'Shawn Mathis, also invited to the NFL Combine. Garrett Nelson, a notable guy that was not invited to the NFL Combine, but was probably Nebraska's best defensive player last year. And, of course, gave up a year of eligibility that he had remaining due to the COVID season to go off and chase his dreams in the NFL. What are you looking at as far as the Huskers? Obviously, not a great history for Nebraska in the NFL draft as of late. They're still top 10 all time for NFL draft picks, but their last NFL first round draft pick, we're talking first round tonight. Terrell, you remember when that was?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I sat and watched.
You're gonna watch tonight?
But yeah, I don't know, Bob. I'll probably be asleep. So
yeah.
But
if there was Nebraska guys going in the first round, would you think you might fight through it to try to stay awake?
What time does it start? 7?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I
Eh,
probably if I'm up, I'll watch it. But it's
Yeah.
the last couple of years have been really kind of slow for Nebraska. Not really because
yeah.
we had Cam Jurgensen went second last year, and then
Cam Taylor Brent.
yeah Cam
Yeah.
Taylor Brent went in the second, and that was about it for. Well, the other guy went to Green Bay.
Yep.
But this year I'm just probably expecting Trey Palmer to go. Garrett probably. I'm going to say he probably should have came back just to help his odds out, but most likely he will get a free agent shot, and he's a great player. Probably have to change positions, but that's one guy I wish we could have got back, because he's the heart and soul of that defense. Now we don't know who's going to be the heart and soul of our defense this year. Right now it's looking like MJ Sherman, probably is going to be one of the captains because the big playability he has, and with new coaches that that figured he's probably one of the leaders. So we'll have to wait and see on that point now. But
Garrett Nelson, if he did come back, would have been interesting too if they would have had him as a down lineman or a linebacker. Obviously, that
well, you keep him as a down lineman. I mean, he knows how to fight off blocks. He knows how to use his hands. He has good technique now. Now for the NFL, like we say, linebacker, it's going to be very difficult for him to. Not difficult, but he's going to have to get a trainer to learn that lateral movement, just to, he's going to have to do drills that he never did before. So, that's the bad thing. But the good thing is he's a warrior. He's a black shirt, and we root for black shirts. So I'm still hoping he get drafted, but the chances are very slim though.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people were a little bit down on O'Shawn Mathis for not having the sack numbers, I suppose, that Nebraska fans wanted him to have. But he's probably got the second best chances to get drafted. Do you think just because of his overall profile that he's put together when you combine what he did at TCU and Nebraska? Probably not much of a chance. I think if you're looking at Vokalek, Mathis, and Nelson, they're probably 6th, 7th rounders or free agents, and it's always hard to decipher once you kind of get into that territory which guys will be picked and which guys won't. So we'll kind of see what's in store for them. Trey Palmer, you think 3rd, 4th round?
Well, like I said, the Atlanta Falcons supposed to get him with the 12th pick in the 3rd round. So is it okay? So today is 1st round.
Yeah.
So today's Thursday. Friday is 2nd and 3rd.
Yep.
And so Saturday is 4th, 5th, and 6th.
And 7th. Yeah.
7th. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll be all right.
But it's a rare year too, where the Panthers are on the clock. Usually we know who the number 1 pick is.
Yeah, it's kind of quiet.
We don't really know who it is.
I mean, they say Will Levy, but I don't think he has the. I mean, he's a great. Let me see, pro type of quarterback. He has the body, he has the size. And CJ Stroud and what's the other kid from Alabama?
Bryce Young, yeah.
Yeah, those guys are little. Those I don't think one of those guys are not even 6 foot, are they?
Bryce Young's not very big, no.
So and like that's like Miami quarterback. How big is he?
Tua. Yeah, Tua Tagovailoa.
Is he 6 foot?
He's not very big either. I can look it up exactly what they list him at, but yeah, he's not very big. They got him at 6 foot 217. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's probably 5'11.
Yeah.
But
and that's Bryce Young. I mean, he's.
So I want to discuss something with you right here, Bob.
Yeah.
Minnesota Timberwolves. What's their guard name?
Edwards.
Huh?
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened after that game yesterday, but he threw a chair.
Yes.
It hit 2 women.
Barely, yes.
Barely.
Yes.
But he's charged with assault.
Yes.
Should you just pay him and drop the charges?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
if there's video of it, it's not like WWE, picked up the chair and hit 2 women with it.
Like the chair in the cage, something like that.
He's just frustrated.
Swings it's not a mankind kind
of
chair.
No. He just hits a chair that was kind of on standby. It hits one girl on one side. Brushes by her and then brush, kind of hits another security guards. These weren't fans either on the other side. So, yes, that's not That's not. I mean, you can't have that happen. You've got to be able, as he's growing up, he needs to realize you can't be throwing fits. I mean, that's throwing a tantrum. You can't throw tantrums. And so, I mean, I guess he will have to learn from this. But sometimes the headlines give you a different idea of what happened or not. You think Ann Edwards hits 2 girls with a chair. You're like, oh my goodness.
I'm not gonna call it stupid, but it's frustration of losing. I mean, it's being so competitive like he is. And I really like the movie that guy played in because I didn't know who he was at first.
Oh yeah.
Before that, you ever seen the movie with?
I never did watch that movie.
That was a great movie.
I've heard it's a pretty good.
That was a great movie with Adam Sandler as a scout, and it got him in it, and it's got this over the sea guy. That's a great movie.
For some reason, I'm just not into sports movies. I love sports more than anything, but sports movies,
it showed you how he talked the guy out of some things and made the guy lose his cool in front of the scouts. But it was a great movie. Now the thing is, things happen, man, and you got to be careful what you do outside of the locker room. That should have been something that happened in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to see the spectators around and all these other kind of people that's around. And, it's a sad deal.
Yeah. And so this was in Denver. If he did this at home and maybe hit 2 of the home security guards, I'm not sure if it happens that they want to press charges. But that's so the incident was briefly captured on NBA TV, the broadcast. He swings the chair toward a woman who immediately reacts to the contact. So maybe, you don't get a good visual of the first contact. So maybe that's more than there is. Maybe it looks worse than it is. But again, I'm just not sure that the contact, they say both women were injured, neither seriously. So I don't know what to make of it. But he's got to learn not to throw tantrums. So maybe this will show him. He's
hit my theme thing one more time, Bob.
Oh, okay.
I got to get warmed up. Got to get the captain warmed up.
Oh, we started over.
Captain, Stargate here. We found a place for you. Hope you come in today. Now I got this guy Tag. Tag says, if VJ doesn't run today, I'm losing a little respect for the Nebraska legend. Dude, be about it. Stop talking. Stop talking about it. It's about that time to do it, VJ. Give the people what they want. The captain. He's gonna kill me.
All right, we'll do one more. Let's send it to a break here.
Yeah. Take us out, Bob.
Well, let's get this music going. All right. You're listening to the captain here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is
Stargate.
VJ's day to run the 400. Also, Rico and Terrell are going to run the 40. So we'll figure out questions that we've wanted answered for a long time today with the NFL draft and the 400. So that'll happen. We'll talk more Husker sports and just sports in general coming up next year on the captain on 93.7 The Ticket.
Attention Lincoln. Looking for an effective way to reach the fitness goals you haven't been able to accomplish on your own? Body Fit Training science-based programming is led by multiple highly accredited coaches who will help you get the results you're capable of. Their group of strength training classes are designed to help you build muscle, burn fat, and improve your overall fitness level. At BFT Lincoln, you'll train like an athlete and be surrounded by motivated and like-minded individuals. For a limited time only, book a free class or exclusive trial offer by visiting bodyfittraining.com.
This is Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and in the NFL, I wore protective gear to safeguard my health. Today, I'm not only protecting my health, but everyone in our community by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Update your protection with the bivalent COVID vaccine while it's still free. Find out more at healthylincoln.org. That's healthylincoln.org.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planting season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
They say that April showers bring May flowers, but May delivers a lot more than that at GE Landscape Supply. Stop by for the Spring Landscape Days sale with almost everything on sale. Get 15% off of mulch, 10% off decorative rock, 20% off of flagstone, 25% off of decorative cobblestone, 15% off of stone edging, and 10% off soils. Save up to 25% rain or shine from May 1st through the 6th at GE Landscape Supply for the Spring Landscape Days sale. Open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
There's a new way to vacay when you fly LNK. Check out brand new service at the Lincoln Airport to some of America's favorite travel destinations. Catch convenient nonstop flights to Vegas, Atlanta, Minneapolis, Orlando, Austin, Dallas, or Nashville when you fly via Redway. With so many affordable options to choose from, planning your vacation has never been easier. Visit GoFlyRed.com and book today. Flights are public charters offered by Global X Air Tours LLC and operated by Global Crossing Airlines Incorporated.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, partly sunny skies expected today. A great spring day with an afternoon high of around 70. Tonight, though, we'll see a chance of showers and an overnight low of around 48. And tomorrow, we'll see that shower chance continue. Cooler and windy conditions tomorrow with a high of around 60. A meteorologist, Al Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Okay, welcome back to the Ticket 93.7. I'm the black shirt Terrell Farley, and I'm with Bach. And yeah, I'm gonna let you take over, Bach, and do your little thing. What you got for us, man? Till we hear something from the captain.
Well, first of all, I want to promote a few things. We've got a car show coming up here Saturday, April 29th. It's Norris Skills USA. It'll be at Norris High School. There's a $20 registration fee, to register from 9 to noon on that day. You just bring the $20 with you on that day. Judging starts at 12:30 and awards at 3. So very cool stuff. If you want to go see some cool cars, Norris High School is the place to be. Or if you have a cool car, of course, you can bring it on in. Again, $20 for registration. Speaking of cars, also, we have a new motorsports show, called The Finish Line, which is debuting, I believe, this Sunday. Yep, this Sunday. And it will be hosted by Mike Melby, who has very much a lot of credentials up to his list as far as being in the sprint car. And, he was out at Eagle Raceway for years. So he's very invested in this stuff. I know that, talking to him, he's been wanting to do a show like this, for quite some time. So looking forward to that. It will be right after Husker Rewind, 5 to 7 on Sundays, when Tom Stevens and Mike Melby kind of do their show there. And then The Finish Line will debut with Mike Melby there from 7 to 8. And then right after that, get your happy on with Ricky Simmons. If you haven't listened to our Sunday night lineup, just got better, but it has been great already. So look forward to that. A little bit of an addition to Ticket weekends, I suppose. You big car guy? You want to go to a car show?
Well, my significant other father has like a 1939 something. I think it's a Pontiac, but I'm not kind of sure. But he's gonna bring it out pretty soon. So
nice.
I'm a 64 Impala type of guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Me and my best friend had one in I can say high school, and we used to ride around on switches. So we had switches. We was just riding around in the 64 Impala, nice paint job. Hard top. I think it was sky blue with a silver top with some Daytons on it. So I'm more like that. Or I like the old school Cutlass, the convertible kind, like a 72 Cutlass or something like that. But yeah, that's about it on cars, man. But I'm kind of happy. I'm happy for Ricky Simmons. We gotta bring him back on our show. I gotta do his show, and because Ricky Simmons means a lot to me, man. And I just want to give a shout out to Ricky Simmons for helping me for the last 8 years to be the person I am today.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I've done a few of the shows with him, and Get Your Happy On. It always is a fun time. Also, I did want to mention this. It's kind of sad, and we've kind of got some more audio for it, but in honor of the man, the myth, the legend, passed away today. Jerry Springer passing away today. Just a legendary, obviously.
Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer passed away today. Yeah. A lot of entertainment. Yeah, I know. It is frustrating. Obviously, you can take the passing seriously, but obviously with Jerry in the entertainment industry, the Jerry Springer Show, nothing quite like it. Of course, at some point you kind of felt like it's pro wrestling. Maybe part of it was a little bit over dramatized. But
what happened? How old was Jerry?
I can look it up. What kind of happened? I just saw the release today that he had passed away.
Oh man, I used to watch Jerry.
You're a big Jerry Springer guy.
Him and Murray.
Yeah,
you are not the father.
Yeah, I'm more of a Murray guy, but Jerry Springer was like Murray on steroids.
So Murray is married to Connie Chung.
Is he really?
I think he is.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man. Let's not gonna say shout out to Jerry Springer. I'm sorry about that, but let's give 3 seconds to Jerry Springer. All right, and we're back.
Yeah.
Oh man, Jerry.
Yeah. Good show. Good entertainment.
It was good entertainment. It's a crazy show.
It was actually the mayor of some. Was it Cincinnati or something?
Somewhere in Ohio.
Yeah, somewhere in Ohio.
Yeah.
For a while too. So he had a political career as well, but obviously more well known for the Jerry Springer Show. But yeah, he passed away today. So wanted to give our thoughts there.
So who you expect for number one pick tonight, Buck? Who's on the clock? The Texans.
The Panthers are.
The Panthers.
I feel like you said with Bryce Young, there's a concern about his height. They need to get a quarterback. Matt Rule obviously never did at Carolina, and he said in interviews that he would have, if he'd known that he had 3 years, he probably would have drafted a quarterback, because if you draft a quarterback, by the way, that might tie you up for more than 3 years, because they want to see what you can do developing that guy. So Carolina's finally going to get their quarterback here. I think that's obvious. They traded up. They're not trading up for any other position. Will Anderson's great, but I don't think you necessarily make that move for Will Anderson. So I think it comes down to quarterback. Will Levis, the odds have been jumping on him a little bit, because there's some whispers and rumors out there. He said the other day to Nate Brennan, actually, who asked him, of course, Nate used to work here at 93.7 The Ticket, now out in Kansas City where the draft's being held. He asked him about being maybe rumored as the number one pick, and he said, don't believe everything you read on the internet. Bryce Young has not been confirmed. There's reports out there of that. CJ Stroud, that's who I would go with, but he did not perform too well on the cognitive test that they had.
Nobody cares about a test, man. This is a football player.
Well, listen, that's what he said. He said he's not there for tests, but this cognitive test, this is the S2 cognition test. The quarterbacks that are kind of in the mix there, Bryce Young scored a 98. Will Levis scored a 96. Anthony Richardson took a dip. He's at a 79. Hendon Hooker scored a 46. That's not good. CJ Stroud scored an 18.
Well, who cares, man?
You don't pay too much attention to that stuff.
No. I don't think it has anything to do with football. It's just a test they try to run, and I just don't think about it like that.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely make me ask a few more questions to make sure that you've got a guy with a good head on his
I want to
shoulders,
see.
but-
I don't think you can prove how a kid got a good head on his shoulders by a test. I mean, you look at his background, where he come from. You see if it's a stable home. If anything, you want to check out the home front, see how things are. With is he not saying it doesn't matter if he come from a single parent or not. You just want to see where he comes from and try to do background on that. And it's a lot of intangibles to it, but I don't think a Wonderlic test should drop you from the draft. Drop out number one spot.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, because I don't know. I don't think the Panthers had a choice. They just wanted to get the best of the bunch with the number one pick. And like I said, it's very rare that you go into NFL draft night, first round, where we don't know who the number one pick is going to be. It might be broken a little bit before the draft. Sometimes that happens. I hope it's not. I hope we're all waiting on pins and needles to see who it is. Does the lack of college success, specifically against Michigan, bother you for CJ Stroud? He's like the only Ohio State quarterback in the last 15 years that was beaten by Michigan, not winning Big Ten championships.
Got to put it on the defense too. So you just can't just throw all the blame on the quarterback. I think it has a lot to do with defense, special teams, other big time players not stepping up in the game. Marvin Harrison Jr. You got the one who didn't play all year.
Jackson Smith.
Him, and there's a lot more things. Now, I want to comment while we're talking about the Panthers right now, because I was reading something the other day. I guess it came out in like January. It was about Matt Rule, and it said that he had assigned parking spots for the players. And Steve Smith was saying how he tried to come and run it like a college. Now, I don't know anything about, people who would assign parking spaces, but I just think that's ridiculous. I hope the players up here don't have to have assigned parking spots or whatever it is, because I used to just park at a meter and just get out and go.
Yeah.
So,
well, that is interesting, because Matt Rule, I think too, and I think Husker Nation is very much behind him. He's done everything off the field to get you going that way, and we'll see how kind of the team shapes up. But obviously, no matter what, the 2023 team's not going to be the ultimate way that we judge Matt Rule. But we'll kind of see how it goes once he gets on the field. He does strike you as a college coach, and he did have. I mean, it's not it's not just that he had success in college and failed in the NFL. It's just his whole thing. I mean, he's basically he's the CEO, and just a good speaker, and not necessarily focusing in on one spot on the field. Just the way he handles his business, he seems like he's going to work better in college. And that's why when we kind of talk about what's the long-term outlook for Matt Rule is, there might still be, and you kind of think about this with Fred Hoiberg too, if either of them have enough success to kind of start to get looks, there might still be an itch to prove that your failures at the professional level, you might want to say that you could go back and do it. But I think with Matt Rule, I don't think there's going to be much interest in the other way, because I just think, maybe it was worth a shot. Maybe he could get it to work. But I think that's why they kind of gave up on it pretty early too. He's just his structure, the way he is, we kind of talk about son of a preacher and all that stuff. It's kind of more of a college coach.
Son of a preacher. That's a college coach. I don't know. You lost me with that one, but
I'm saying,
sons of a preacher has to do with coaching college football?
What I'm saying is a motivational, a motivational speaker. That sort of thing where he's trying to get men to, young men to follow him, and the relationship you have as a college player with your head coach is different than the relationship you have as a pro football player where you're making millions. Sometimes, you have more power than the coach if you're, the team dynamics are in place that way. Like Luke McCaffrey, or not Luke McCaffrey, actually his older brother, Christian McCaffrey. He was always going to be, and I don't think they ever had any dust-ups or anything like that. Matt Rule has nothing bad to say about Christian McCaffrey.
Who traded him?
That was after Rule got fired.
Okay.
But either way, what I'm saying is, like, it's more so in the NBA than the NFL, but Christian McCaffrey, regardless, like, if you had to make a move to the Panthers, and it did happen out this way, that Matt Rule would be let go first. I mean, because Christian McCaffrey is your star player. Your star player is going to have more power at times than your head coach. That's absolutely not going to happen at the college level.
Yeah. Do you think that the 3 years that he missed, that he has a lot of catching up to do with college football? Do you think anything about that?
I think to a degree he's
probably NIL,
that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And college football can change pretty quickly. As far as guys that are on top of the game, on top of the X's O's, people make the adjustments, and so yeah. I mean, I think there's a little bit of adjusting to it. The other thing is, and I think this case is certainly true, because we saw it with the last coach, adjusting to the Big Ten.
That's my main
concern
a big right now.
Yeah,
that's my concern, because you can't bring players in that's not molded for the Big Ten, or not molded physical wise, because the Big Ten is more physical than the Big 12.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, and we saw that again. If you need an example of that, Adrian Martinez got beat up his whole years here. Your best player that you had the whole time, you had to play out of position and chased him out of college. I'm talking about Wan'Dale Robinson. You got him beat up in the Big Ten, so that he just left because he didn't want the offense all to revolve around him and running the ball when his future was at wide receiver. So, I mean, again, I hope we don't have to go through that transition again of the coaches learning the Big Ten. Hopefully Donovan Ryland, having a couple guys around the program can help that adjustment. And for what it's worth, Matt Rule and staff seems to be embracing that, at least in words. And of course, ran the fullback trap the first play of the spring game. They seem to be understanding of what the Big Ten is. So hopefully that'll be less of a concern.
All right, we're going to take it to break. This is The Ticket, 93.7. I'm the black shirt, Terrell Farley, and I'm with
Bach.
And we'll be back.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planting season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
If you're interested in installing solar panels in Nebraska, there's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln, and you can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar Certified Pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at 402-440-4371. Solar by Alpine Electric. The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Attention Lincoln. Looking for an effective way to reach the fitness goals you haven't been able to accomplish on your own? Body Fit Training science-based programming is led by multiple highly accredited coaches who will help you get the results you're capable of. Their group of strength training classes are designed to help you build muscle, burn fat, and improve your overall fitness level. At BFT Lincoln, you'll train like an athlete and be surrounded by motivated and like-minded individuals. For a limited time only, book a free class or exclusive trial offer by visiting bodyfittraining.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism. Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
From recruiting to what you saw on the field, what you heard in post game, what grade do you give Nebraska this spring game weekend?
It's an A. it really is an A. I don't think Nebraska football has been in this good of a position trajectory-wise for a long time. I really feel like that's a strong statement, but I feel like that's the truth.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown. Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakoven. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Yeah. Today is the day. Today is the day. I don't know if it's going to happen, folks, but I'm just telling you, it's supposed to happen. This is the Ticket, 93.7. I'm with Bach and on the black shirt, Terrell Farley. So, like I said, folks, we got the NFL draft coming up tonight. We got spring ball over with. We're waiting on some more casualties. Hate to say it, but some people got to go. So, we don't know who it is, but just hold your horses. We sitting back and watching just like y'all.
Did we speak on all the guys that left? I think it happened. I'm trying to think if any of the transfer portal guys happened after the show yesterday. Did you get to talk about Sean Hardy and Braxton Clark? Stephon Wynn, I know we did.
Yeah, we got all of those. It's quiet.
Yeah, it is quiet on the front.
Quiet. Maybe they need to, you know how they hired a new coach? They let some smoke out. Maybe when they cut a player, they need to just let some smoke out.
Let us know of another portal.
Let us know. So
I saw Richard Torres, by the way. He put up his tape on Twitter. So unlike Colorado, they're allowing him to have his practice tape so he can get recruited.
That's great. I mean, because he has no film since high school.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's like I say, man. I hate to see these kids go, man, because you make it look like a business now, and that's not how college football is supposed to go. But you know, things happen, and new coaches come in, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, well, that's what it is now. It's more of a business than it ever was, and obviously, it's a bit of an adjustment for a lot of college football fans, and the adjustment will continue. I think there's going to be changes in the years to come as well. But like you said, it just kind of is what it is. Do you expect? I guess we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but you still think Stephon Wynn maybe the biggest hit in the portal so far?
I think so far.
Yeah.
I mean, we got 8 more players, probably 12 if they want to go out to anybody in the portal.
Do you think they should too? I mean, it's part of college football now.
I think we need backup linebackers because either backup or the vie for the starting spot, because we can't have 2 linebackers miss spring ball. You know, the 2 guys who've been here all year. Yeah. I mean, this is a new defense. You can't just go in there and hop in there and think that you're just going to make tackles and you don't know where you're going. I mean, then you put your defense in a bad situation because you're the out of spot. You're the one who's out of space. So I'm pretty sure that we needed those guys in spring to learn this defense. I mean, you could do all the walkthroughs you want to, but without running full speed and hitting and dropping in the pass coverage, that's going to hurt them too. Now, I know they're great athletes and they've been starting since the ice ages, since they've been here, but those guys need to get on the field and try to get reps in and try to help this team out, because you just can't miss that much time and expect to come in and start right away.
Yeah, I think at a time when we're trying to kind of figure out what position everybody was playing, linebacker was a concern. I think I feel a little bit better about it. Obviously, with MJ Sherman looking good in the spring game, they've got a few other guys in there that can help. Like you said, once Luke Reimer returns, once Nick Henrich returns, I think you've probably got your starting 3 there. And then you look at kind of the backups. You still got Jamari Butler ready to probably make a move. Chief Borders Kane Williams played a lot in the spring game. So, Garrett Snodgrass at some point maybe will be in that mix. So I think you feel a little bit better about it. But yeah, I mean, I could still see a move. The reason why I was asking too is because there's a couple, we've been talking about basketball, how Hunter Salas and, these guys are maybe could they return home? They ultimately didn't. But there are a few guys in the transfer portal now, just the last couple of days, that would also be looking to return home. Nebraska high school athletes, Avante Dickerson, one of the top recruits out of Nebraska a few years ago, now transferring from Oregon. Deshaun Woods, an offensive lineman, transferring from Wyoming.
Yeah.
So, maybe, and I'm not just singling out those guys. Obviously, they're going to look more than just the in-state guys. But it's kind of weird because I know Colorado's going to have to add a lot from this group, but this wave of transfers is going to be filled with a lot of guys that didn't like the positioning they were with on their previous team, meaning, that they maybe are, maybe not the guys that you expect as far as impact transfers to come in and start, maybe more depth pieces at this point. And maybe you'll be surprised. Maybe you'll get a guy or two that'll be kind of big time in the portal. But at this point, post spring, you're kind of looking for depth pieces, I would think, more than anything.
Yeah, you're looking for depth, but we have a freshman that's coming in from Oklahoma, and he's a tweener. He's a tweener like a safety / he's a hybrid. So that's good because a player like that you can give him certain situations to play in. You don't rush him. You help develop them, but you get them developed at a little faster pace than you do with the regular freshmen. Now, last year, coaching staff had Ernest Hausman, which they didn't try to help at all in certain situations. Try to get him in there and try to get him in there in certain situations. See, that's the thing. You don't have to throw the whole book at a freshman or somebody like Ernest Hausman. You try to ease them into the situation like a junior college player like me. I was first coming in on second and third down, passing downs, and you try to get that guy or blitzing situations because I don't know if we have. I know MJ Sherman's a great blitzer. I know Luke Reimers. He's pretty decent, but we gotta we gotta find 3 top linebackers that can go and play the whole game. Not play the whole game, but play the whole year, because Henry's been hurt for a while now.
Yeah,
he's been hurt all year, and then he's hurt during the offseason. So, I just don't hand guys out. I just don't hand jerseys, black shirts out to guys who started last year, especially with a new coach. That's going to be hard to do because they don't know what you're doing. They're not going to pay attention to the film from a losing. They're going to watch a little bit of it, but if they know they can find a guy that can get to the ball quicker than you or can help this team in any possible way, they're going to try to use that freshman early this year. So, and I think his name is Fields, isn't it?
Yeah, Eric Fields.
Eric Fields. I think he's like 6'1", about 195.
Yep.
Yeah, so you try to ease him in certain situations, and maybe that's that blitzer you want with MJ Sherman, because the ideal of blitzing is you want 2 guys to get there at the same time. If one guy can't get there, hopefully the other guy can. So I'm just hoping we got 2 fast guys that can cut the blocks and use their hands or use their bodies, because you can use your body to blitz better than using your hands sometimes. So it's like me. I'm more of I'm going to watch the ball and try to beat you off the ball. So if I can beat you off the ball, you're a dead man.
Now for pass rushing too, and I just want to kind of get your thoughts on that. Is it more, are the guys going to develop into pretty good pass rushers, or do you know when a guy is on campus, kind of the quick twitch movement, if he has it in him? Like, you can teach a guy to do pretty good pass rushing.
I think most of it it's got to be in him.
It's just got to be there.
You can't teach a guy how to blitz.
Yeah,
the guy has to read the play, because you're gonna have to take let me see how you say it. You're gonna have to take a different approach, like when you see it, like when you run it, and the guy might step in your way, and you might gotta olay him.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm good for the olay. I can move my body to one side and still have my head in front of him, like I'm looking at him, but then I olay.
Yes.
So and maybe Fields can help out, because I remember one game. We played K-State. They jumped off sides on the first play of the game. So, okay, obviously we drive them back. We take them back 5 yards. The next play, Coach McBride calls a blitz. I come up the A-gap. Guess what, Bob? I still said sack on the first play of the game.
Did you?
So it's just it's the guys that you have. I mean, you could teach a guy how to blitz, but they're not gonna be effective because a blitzer is in them though.
Yeah,
it's got to be in them.
Like you could teach somebody to be a solid blitzer, but they're not going to be a fantastic one. It's got to come with it.
You could teach them the hand movement, the body language of it, but because Coach Bowl or Coach McBride, they taught me how to use my hands a lot, swim, move, keep up. It's a lot when you're a little guy because it's all about learning how to use your hands. Now, if that guy can learn how to use his hands good, then great. He's going to be even better. But you got how to use your hands, feet, and everything when you're blitzing.
From your perspective, how about on the defensive line? Because Princewell Umanwalen, again, to me, stood out. And he was a guy that was mentioned by Coach White right away when he's talking about the best blitzers. He's a true freshman, stepping right in. But from what I saw in the spring game, it's like, that guy's got to play.
You say that because we're playing against each other, though. But
well, yeah.
It gets different when it's in the game. Because when you go against the tackles and guards from Ohio State, those guys are built for it. The Michigan offensive line, the Minnesota offensive line, you got to think about those guys that know how to pick up stuff. See, I don't feel comfortable saying that, we can use him and our offensive line is not that great.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thing. So, I mean, he did play well enough to earn a shot to play. But to say that, we just got to wait till we get on the field and see how the games go. Like, I understand what we're saying. Like the guy from IMG, what's his name? That IMG guy.
I'm not sure who came from IMG. Let me look. Are you talking on the defensive line?
Yeah, he played a great game too.
Cam Linhart?
Yeah, Linhart. Yeah, he played good.
Yeah, that was the problem. A lot of defensive linemen played well, and that makes you wonder. Is it a matchup thing? Do they really got I think it's probably a mix. Usually it's a mix of both.
Yeah, I mean,
where they really got some young defensive linemen brewing there, but at the same time that might be problematic for your offensive line if a lot of young defensive linemen are looking good against them.
Yeah, like they say, like I say, it's going to be different when we get in the game. I mean, Brandon says Princewell, Texas, it's different down here. I don't know, it's different in Georgia too. So but this is the Big Ten. It's different up here when the game starts.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot when you got a 320-pound lineman that can really move just like you move. And once they get them hands on you, then it's a lot different. So we'll see. I mean, I like the young man. I like to see him. I mean, it's good for us because that gives us good depth. Now, we don't have to let them guys go 20 plays before they have to rotate out. Now, you get 5 and let him go 3. So that's a good thing to have depth like that, though.
One other thing I wanted to mention before we go to break here. Aaron Rodgers, of course, finally traded to the Jets. A lot of people are overlooking. I mean, you look at this, just the trade straight across. At one time, you're talking about 2 first-round picks. They eventually basically get 2 second-round picks. But the big steal there is that Aaron Rodgers' salary, which came out this morning too. The Jets were able to restructure the deal, so it's not going to hurt them too much this year. I think in the back end it will be quite a heavy to their contract, but again, a nod to Aaron Rodgers for helping the Jets and his new team work with his contract a little bit there. But that's basically what the Packers got out of was the contract when you're looking at outside of just the 2 draft picks. His Instagram post the other day was exactly what it should be. I mean, just absolute thanks to everybody. I mean, he like he said, he was drafted there at 21, said he absolutely there, now in his late 30s. It was a rare, likable moment for Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if you saw it. He's not a very likable guy. But did you kind of feel like, that at least that makes me feel better. I'm not a Packers fan or anything, but he kind of said Green Bay is always his home, and he basically called out all the guys that you wouldn't necessarily hear about, the trainers, the guys that work in the building, all that stuff. I just thought it was really classy, and it was just very strange because for a moment I was like, I think this is a likable move from Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not used to it.
I don't know, man, because this happened a long time ago with Brett Favre. He went to the Jets, so
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it feels like deja vu again
Yeah.
because you're sending your best quarterback back to the same team that you traded Brett Favre to. So I don't
Yeah.
know. And Brett Favre, did he do good in the Jets?
No, but he did it with the Vikings afterwards.
Yeah. But we'll have to see how Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers, he's too much of a diva for me. You know,
Yep.
he has too many issues with. I don't think he's a coachable player like that. I mean, I don't think he gets along well with others. I think he demands too much from his receivers. I mean, which a quarterback should. I mean, he's not in the same league as Tom Brady, but you know, he just demands too much. He's more like a diva to me. So, you know, I don't want to hop too much on Aaron Rodgers.
Well, we'll see tonight too. The trade for the first round picks. If Green Bay had anything up their sleeve, maybe they'll go after a quarterback. I know they've got they got Love there, Jordan Love, and he's the plan. But certainly a guy that's interesting to me is Anthony Richardson from Florida, because I think if he gets drafted tonight in the first round, I'd like to see him go to somewhere where he's got a few years to kind of sit, or doesn't have the pressure to start right away, because he's obviously, he tests out as one of the greatest athletes ever to come as a quarterback into the combine and into the NFL draft. But he's doesn't look like he's quite ready. So I'd like to see him get a few years. We'll see. Are there 4 quarterbacks drafted in the first round tonight? We finally get the answer to that. But I am told we do have a guest on the phone. It's Rashawn Jackson going to join us here coming up next. He's getting ready for his 400. So we'll talk about that with him. Obviously, all sorts of sports to catch up with VJ as well. That's coming up next year on The Captain on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
For great views, go to Kansas. For unforgettable views of action-packed racing, go to Kansas Speedway. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 6th and 7th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like, just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements. They say that April showers bring May flowers, but May delivers a lot more than that at GE Landscape Supply. Stop by for the Spring Landscape Days sale with almost everything on sale. Get 15% off of mulch, 10% off decorative rock, 20% off of flagstone, 25% off of decorative cobblestone, 15% off of stone edging, and 10% off soils. Save up to 25% rain or shine from May 1st through the 6th at GE Landscape Supply for the Spring Landscape Days sale. Open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to The Ticket, 93.7. I'm the black shirt. I'm with
Bach.
And who's on the line with us today, Bach? Hello, sir. You're on The Ticket.
It's the captain who's on the ticket. I'm on my way.
Whoa.
Had a little something going on. It was kind of catastrophic, but we got it handled, and I'm on my way for this 400, guys.
That's right. It's the big day.
Play my song for him, Bach.
All right,
This your warm-up music. This is gonna be your warm-up music. Captain, this is Stargate.
Hey, what happened?
What are you doing, Bach?
I don't know how that happened.
Well, folks, today is the day. The captain, the 400 at Nebraska Western is going down. Doom, 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 doom. Oh,
hey, that's almost like the impossible music.
Well, you know where I get that from?
Come on.
That's what Ric Flair comes out to, man.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I like that.
You know Ric Flair comes
That
out
is.
to that. You thinking about Spaceballs or something like that back in the days when we used to watch that movie. So how's it going,
listen,
man?
I appreciate you giving me some motivation this morning.
Yeah, it's been kind of slow on the home front today, man. We haven't heard anything, and it's kind of quiet today with a lot of things going on in Husker land.
Yeah, is there anybody else into the transfer portal?
No, we haven't heard anything.
That's shocking. That's pretty cool. That's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Did not hear anything by now. I thought we would have heard. Then how many more we got?
Well, they probably have to get about 8 more, about 8 more down, maybe 7. But it kind of depends on if you want to raise your own hand in the transfer portal. We talk about getting down to 85. Do they want to get down to 84, 83, 82 in case they have some spots that they want to grab themselves. But you're still looking at, 7 or 8 guys to be let go. And again, it looked like just the way that it happened the last couple of days, they were going through these exit meetings day by day. And then, the guys were making their decisions and jumping in the portal. Again, it will behoove the players, if they do leave, to do it now. So you can jump in the portal before the 30th.
Yeah, I would love to be a fly on the wall in those conversations.
Yeah.
I would love to see how that goes. Yeah, hey, it's not working out here. How does that go? What would you say to a kid? How do you cut a kid?
Well, I think you try to, at least, again, I think you try your best to sell him of his potential. Say didn't quite make the team, kind of put it that way, because that's a conversation you have to have with high school kids. This isn't, maybe I want to go as far as middle school. Maybe they do that in middle schools too. You get down to it, you go, you have your list, you don't quite make the team. You have to have that conversation. So it's not comfortable for anybody, but that's kind of how I would put it. And I would tell them, here's a few things that I think that you can improve on. Here's some schools that we think that maybe, connections, maybe reach out. Maybe, I don't know how much time they have, but, try to put it in a positive light, their future, their options. Obviously they do have the option, at least a few of them should, to remain on scholarship as far as their schooling goes, maybe let football go and finish out their schooling. It's not an easy conversation, but I think there are some positives you can bring up throughout it, and just kind of, I think you don't sugarcoat it. I think you got to straight out come out and tell them at the beginning of the conversation, you just didn't quite make the team.
Well, that's what you're gonna say. Hey, you didn't make the cut. Sorry.
Yeah, I would start with that, and then, like I said, get into here's your options next. Here's some schools that might be interested in you. I hope they're at least doing a little bit. If you got somebody at, an assistant coach at Kent State or something, you say, well, I've already reached out to this guy. They said they might. So, just try. I would do that. I don't know how much time they have or how easy that is for them. And I'm sure they don't have that option for every kid, but I try to bring some good news with it as well. But obviously it's mostly a deflating conversation with guys that stuck through the spring to try to make the team. They're not bailing on Nebraska. It's somewhat the other way around.
Well, that's part of life, man. We're under a new rule, and I think when you understand that, he's got to do it his way. He's got to go with the guys that he feels comfortable with, the guys that give him the best chance to win, and then let the chips fall where they may. I just don't know which one. You're talking 8 guys. We know the Logan Smothers. We know some of these other guys, but who are going to come out of that 8? Who are some potential candidates? I need names.
Again, PJ, I don't think it's great to name off guys. But I think you're looking at guys. Look at some of the guys that we've seen so far. Look at guys that are maybe projects from the last staff that haven't played, redshirt freshmen, sophomores. That haven't played, that are, they want to get their own projects, and they did. They're bringing in, more than there's like 5 of the, I don't even know how many they have, like 11, 12 receivers. Like 6 or 7 of those guys are freshmen. So they brought in their own prospects, their own recruits that they want to build with. Those guys that were kind of not quite at the point in their career where they're making moves on the field. Maybe they're on the scout team. Maybe they're, just kind of in the background right now, maybe still developing, not at the point where you'd expect them to make a big impact. But, that's just kind of where you are with Nebraska is maybe cut and go of some of those past projects that you had. And then maybe there also is, maybe the Stephon Wynn situation. Look for guys, Braxton Clark, guys that have competed, that are kind of part of it, but maybe don't have as long-term of a help. I think that probably kind of went into the Stephon Wynn situation. I don't know if it was his decision or if that was Nebraska, but they've got a loaded room with a lot of defensive linemen. And I think it maybe part of what it comes down to is, this guy can help us out for a year. All these other guys, they can help us out for 3-4 years and build our program. So I would look at that, and also guys that played on the red team because the red team, the red white spring game there, the red team was not the starters, not the guys that I would expect to see too many of those guys let go. So again, while I don't want to name out particular names, there seems to be some themes going along with the guys that have been let go so far.
Well, returning receivers, how many returning guys actually played in the game how many guys that we have returning at receiver finished the season?
Last year for Nebraska?
Yeah.
One.
Yeah. So, that mentality has to change. You can't go into seasons with a depleted receiving core that's not proven. IGC had a couple good games.
Yeah.
So, what does that receiver room really look like? You got Fleeks and you got the third or the fourth. What's his name?
Billy Kemp.
Yeah, Billy Kemp.
Yeah, Billy Kemp. So you got those two. You got Washington, who is your veteran receiver. You got Betts, been out of football a year. IGC, out of football a year. After that, who do you have?
Well, that's why when people ask, there is the question, can Malachi Coleman play right away? And maybe what's best for him is maybe not. But I don't know if it's Malachi. I don't know if it's Demetrius Bell, Jamarian Childs, Jaden Doss, Jalen Lloyd, Bryce Turner, any of those freshmen. With injuries and just, you've only got 5 guys that aren't true freshmen in that wide receiver room as far as scholarship players. And you can have injuries. You can have guys disappoint. Obviously, we've seen a few of these guys leave the team before the season ends. I think you're going to need some contributions from at least, 1, 2, 3 of those guys, those freshmen coming in.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have somebody out of that class, maybe 2, they're going to have to play. No question. Hopefully Malachi Coleman is working on his receiving skills. He's working on routes because, upside-wise, he gives us the best chance to have a game breaker because he's so long and he's wiry. And I think over the middle, he can be very, very effective. I don't necessarily see him stretching the field. I see him being a middle threat, a guy that can go up and jump and get jump balls and win 50-50 balls. So I think Malachi Coleman hopefully is looking at this as an opportunity to come in and play as a true freshman. And so a couple of those other guys are going to have to do it as well.
Yeah, there's just no way you can have another cut from the wide receiver room. So that's another thing. You've lost now Sean Hardy, Victor Jones Jr. from that wide receiver room. So, there's some of the rooms, maybe, I don't know how they're doing the exit meetings. Maybe it's it doesn't seem to be by a room necessarily just because you're getting defensive backs, defensive linemen, wide receivers, and quarterbacks in the portal so far. But maybe that's kind of where we see it. There's still some rooms with that have some extra weight to them. So we'll see kind of where that goes. But again, I don't know. Maybe there's something in the scheduling that today is an off day as far as exit meetings. I'm not really sure, but it's been quiet so far. Maybe we'll get news here around the corner. Maybe they just had to get late to it today. But I still expect to see a few guys, especially into the weekend, entering the transfer portal.
Yeah, I'll be curious to know how many of those walk-ons got in the transfer portal. I'll be curious to know that number. And did we basically backtrack on? Well, let me not say that. I'm not going to say backtrack. That's probably the wrong word for it. But as far as walk-ons, how many of those walk-on guys are gone? What's the number of walk-ons? Because I thought that there was rumors of scaling back the walk-on program, which I think is going to be good because your focus can be greater on the guys that are there. And let me give you a walk-on receiver to look for. Bear Miles Jr. Bear Miles Jr. Look for that name to pop up. And if these guys that are on scholarship are not better than some of the walk-on guys, then those are the guys that are probably getting cut right now.
Yeah. If you're getting passed up by the walk-ons, and it's interesting too. I may have mentioned this before, but the walk-on program, like you said, is getting cut here. But there are guys too across college football that gain scholarships from their walk-on position, and this was a deal at Clemson where they're having to take those scholarships back now because of Nebraska and Colorado. I know we focus on these schools because they're close, but a lot of schools across the country are having to make some of these decisions and tell these kids these things. Clemson had to tell their walk-ons that earned scholarships, hey, we're gonna have to take those back. So it's definitely more of a business and not necessarily good feelings across the board for college football these days, but that's the way a lot of teams are approaching it. Certainly first year coaches more so than the next, but it's going everywhere across college football. I did want to ask you this, VJ, because I know how you feel about this when it comes to kind of the basketball recruits. We kind of broke it down yesterday. There's a few guys, Deshaun Woods from Wyoming, Avante Dickerson from Oregon, former Nebraska high school athletes that have hit the portal. Would you want to go out there and target those guys this second time around? Because if you do, again, with those guys or whether it's somebody else, you're gonna have to cut down past 85.
Yeah, it all depends. I mean, those guys, when they went to those prospective schools, wasn't thinking long term. I'm telling you, they wasn't. They was thinking the short term. And what happened was they went out there to those prospective schools and they didn't get treated like they thought they should be treated. That's why they're in the portal. The good thing about those guys and the upside is they've got multiple years to play. It's not like they're coming in and they only got one to play, or two to play one. Most of those guys got 3 years to play two, and I think some of them got three for three. So I think it's a plus. I think you got to look at what happened at those schools. Why are these young men transferring? Is it to get back to college? Is it to get back to Nebraska where they wanted to go in the first place, but nobody really took the time out to give them that love that we probably should have gave them from a college institution?
Yeah, I don't know. And somebody off the text line says we don't need to take all these guys. There's a reason they're transferring. So, you can have kind of different viewpoints on that. But of course, as we've seen, I mean, that transfer portal is part of college football. So the reason that guys are transferring, like, I get it with the timing. You're talking about spring. You're talking about guys that maybe didn't make their own teams out there potentially. But this program has been built. And again, Nebraska's 3 guys that they sent to the NFL Combine this last year, all transfers. I mean, transfer portal is a big part of this college football these days. And it's not all just, hey, these guys aren't any good, that's why they're leaving.
It is if you want to win right now. But if you want to develop your program, then you don't worry about the transfer portal. Unless you got a guy that can come in and change the complexity of the guys that we talked about. With the exception, Vokalek been in the system for 2 or 3 years. Yeah. So I don't really necessarily count Vokalek. I kind of look at him as a JUCO transfer, right? But when you talk about, like, Trey Palmer, that's a real transfer that came in 1 year, and without him, we are 1,000 yards less in receiving yards. And probably all those touchdowns, too. O'Shawn Mathis, I'm not impressed. I think he's a great talent, but he didn't prove. He'll probably go 6th or 7th round because he didn't prove that he was worth the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. So those are 3 guys, but you have multiple transfers, multiples. And so when your transfers are better than the guys that have been in your system for 4 years, that's a coaching thing, man. That's a culture thing. That's not or talent wise, that's 56 guys that transferred before the transfer portal. Before there was ever a transfer portal, Nebraska had 56 players transferred that were on scholarship from year 1 of Scott Frost to year 5 of Scott Frost. 56 players. That's a lot of players. Imagine if 56 players got cut right now. So we're talking about 56 players over a span of 5 years.
Yeah.
Huh?
So that's what's happened at Colorado. I think they're up to 53.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So their roster's going to be completely flipped. And I think with Deion, he don't care because he wants his guys in there. He wants his mentality in there. And he doesn't care whose feelings he hurts to get it done. You know why? Because he's the head coach. And if it doesn't work, you know what's going to fall on? Deion Sanders. And we're all going to be laughing, talking about, Deion, we knew you were wrong and what you were doing at Colorado. So if it's going to be fall on his shoulders, do it your way. I think any coach worth his salt, if he's in a rebuild, he has got to get the cancer out. He's got to cut it out, because if he doesn't, it's going to the skin will carry over to the new team.
Yeah, we'll see how what happens. That's why I'm a little bit worried about. I still feel like Colorado. I know they're a 1-11 team, so it can't get much worse. But I still think, especially, I mean, this has got to be a year zero for them. Is kind of the term that people use, where the expectations are just, kind of field the team and then start the culture. But as far as winning games, they're asking a lot. We'll see. Obviously, Nebraska's lost to 1-11 team before, so it's crazy, and I can't wait for college football to start. Of course, Vershawn, you're going to get ready to run your 400 here in less than an hour. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
12:30. I'm about to get off here on either. I don't know if I'm gonna get off on Waverly. I'll probably get off on 56th Street, but I'm going straight to the field and get myself warmed up and ready to go.
All right. Well, we'll talk
400. Hopefully Nyla's on her way there.
Well, we'll talk more about that, the finishing touches of getting ready for the 400, and finishing touches of the Captain Day coming up next year on 93.7 The Ticket.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
They say that April showers bring May flowers, but May delivers a lot more than that at GE Landscape Supply. Stop by for the Spring Landscape Days sale with almost everything on sale. Get 15% off of mulch, 10% off decorative rock, 20% off of flagstone, 25% off of decorative cobblestone, 15% off of stone edging, and 10% off soils. Save up to 25% rain or shine from May 1st through the 6th at GE Landscape Supply for the Spring Landscape Days sale. Open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
For great views, go to Kansas. For unforgettable views of action-packed racing, go to Kansas Speedway. With a premier facility that gives fans what they want, how they want to see it. And with a Saturday doubleheader, a Sunday Cup Series race, and great deals on kids' tickets, the views will get better all weekend long. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 6th and 7th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
For 75 years, Cedars has been a refuge for children in need, providing kids with safety, stability, and enduring family relationships. Learn more about the organization and how to be part of it every Thursday night from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Cedars Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like, just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's Fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior. Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Doren, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Thanks, 347 The Ticket. I'm about to be pulling up at Nebraska Wesleyan. Is the black shirt coming?
Yeah, the black shirt's coming. I think Rico's going to go. They're also going to have a side race themselves. They're going to run the 40.
Oh, nice. I get to judge that. They go after my 400 though.
Yeah.
We'll be at Nebraska Wesleyan. We're going to tentatively start this thing at 12:30. That'll give me 30 minutes to warm up and get the blood boiling.
Are you nervous at all? I mean, you've prepared a long time. You seem to have gotten in pretty good shape. You look like you're ready to roll.
Yeah, I haven't run 1-400.
All right, yeah, you haven't run no trials.
Not one. You hear me?
Yeah. You haven't trial ran. You haven't even time. Have you run a 200? Have you been running?
Yeah, I mean, I've hit the treadmill a little bit, but I've been doing a little something. I haven't run. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know I'm gonna finish. I know I can run a 400. One lap around, I know I can do that.
Yeah.
Right. I've ran miles. I get all of that stuff, but I'm simply saying it shouldn't be as hard as sometimes people put it. Now, whether or not I make the 85 seconds or not, that remains to be seen. You know, but I'm a push for it. I really am. I'm gonna push for it.
Yeah, well, that's what it's all about. At least for me, is the competitive spirit. You've got to beat Nick. Otherwise, we've got somebody's going to create a shirt for you that says you didn't beat him. Nyla says, by the way, that she's working today, so she can't make it there.
I know she will come up with that excuse. Good job.
So, NFL draft tonight. Are you pretty interested?
Big Slim is coming.
Oh, Big Slim will be there?
Big Slim will be there.
There we go. It's not far from my neighborhood. I've got a show to do, but otherwise I'd be there.
I know. Well, you could get that one-on-one game done.
Hey,
yeah, I know.
The garbologist said that the email only sent nine digits last night.
Oh, dang. Well, yeah, but Oh, dang. What? Ask him what's missing. Hey, text him. Terrell, text him my number, please. That'd be good enough for me. Yeah. We want to help. He's got a big kid. That kid is huge. 6'6", 385. He's probably got to cut a few pounds, get down to about 340, 350, you know, and get his feet moving a lot faster and better. But I think the kid's got something. He's a mountain of a man. I mean a mountain. He kind of puts you in the mind of the kid from California. Do we know where he landed?
Who's that?
The kid that me and Terrell like a lot. The big 6'8", 300 and something pound guy.
Oh yeah. Jalen Weaver. I can look it
There
up.
you go.
I haven't heard anything.
Let's see if he landed somewhere. Do we know if anybody that landed anywhere that transferred?
I'm looking into it here.
I'd just be curious to see where guys are landing. We know where Yan is. You know, Yan did spring with FAMU, and he looked really, really good. Now, you got to consider the talent that he's playing against. But, you know, anymore, you know what? I wanted to say this. I forgot this. The running back that was in the game in the first half of that Iowa game was Yan.
Yeah. A couple years ago, yeah.
Yeah, it was Yan. So I'm talking about when we were talking about the Iowa game that Logan Smothers was in.
Yeah.
That game. And I couldn't believe it was Yan. It was unbelievable when I went back and looked at that. But it was Yan. Something I want to talk about before we get out of here, though, Bach. I really do. Do we need to pause for station ID?
Yeah, we can real quick. Let's go ahead and No, actually we already got that done, so we're good to go.
Okay, good. Okay, so today it was passed into law that you can have anybody can conceal carry. You know, barring that you don't have a felony. What are your thoughts on that?
Seems like a strange time in our country's history for that to be passed, but it is what it is. I don't know. I'm not a big guns guy. I know a lot of people, you know, guns rights is a very big debatable topic right now, but I don't know. I found the timing kind of strange.
Oh, okay. Are we on the brink of war?
I don't think so.
I hope not. But I'm saying anybody can walk around with a gun concealed. 402-464-5685. Before the captain pull up and get out at Nebraska Westland, your thoughts on the new gun law? I didn't give you my thoughts, so you have no idea. I am a gun advocate. I've shot guns all my life. It's something that I enjoy doing. I love going to the range. I love shooting a different variety of guns. But in this society where, you know, you have people walking around with guns all the time anyway, to have them, just anybody randomly can walk around with a concealed gun. That in Walmart? Can you be in Walmart with a concealed firearm? Because that's kind of scary. Or I'm the only one that's scared. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I mean, I would. I don't want to speak on something I don't know too much about. I suppose because I don't know exactly what's kind of going into effect there. But it is, you know, again, there's everything's pretty. You know, we've seen these, you know, shootings and stuff across the board seem to be ramping up. You know, I guess I don't want to. I know that's a tough topic for a lot of people, a touchy topic for a lot of people, and you know, it's one of those situations. I guess I don't feel vehemently one way or the other about. So I'm not the best to debate it, but it is. It did kind of strike me as kind of strange. But I guess, you know, that's kind of again, if you live in Nebraska, you know, that's kind of more the culture here, I suppose, than elsewhere. So, you know, sometimes I'm not surprised by some of the state laws that get passed.
Yeah, and I'm not. Listen, dumb people kill people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guns don't kill people. The people who pull the trigger kill people. And I'm not saying one way or the other. You know, one way you're probably safer, on another way. You know, so I just thought that I saw that today, and I thought that was something that, you know, really struck a chord with me because, you know, I mean, it just depends on how you look at it. You know, it depends on what your thought process is on. But I know a lot of guys. I know a lot of law enforcement. I know a lot of guys that got their concealed permits, and they are responsible gun owners. So I'm not here to tell you, and I would want them to be around me. You know, if something popped off and I know that they got their carry, I want that guy with me because I know they can shoot and I know they're trained. But the guys that are going to be freelancing, you know, now that they can go get their, now that you can just carry, you know what I'm saying? Those are the guys that I worry about. The guys who haven't had any training, the guys who are just, you know, the guys who turn the gun sideways and shoot it. Those are the guys that I worry about. So I'm not necessarily concerned. I think, you know, again, it depends on how you look at it. I just wanted to bring it up because I thought it was something that in the history of Nebraska, since I've been alive, I didn't think it would pass. You know, and with that pass, you know, we'll see how it goes. We'll see, you know, because I believe violence is down. I know it's down in Omaha. They talked about that. But I think it's down across the board. Will this be something that will bring more violence, or will the violence continue to go down? It's just something, food for thought, guys. Food for thought. I know we're a sports station, but I just thought that was pretty huge. Now, Bach, what else you got before I get to Wesleyan?
Well, another thing that I think we can mention along those lines, at least for, you know, legalities in Nebraska here, sports betting could be here in Lincoln as soon as May. The Warhorse Casino is working on that. So, you know, no more traveling to Council Bluffs if you usually are used to that for your sports betting. But again, changing of the times, maybe one way, like what the previous law we're talking about, maybe more expected from Nebraska. This one, not as much, but sports betting in Lincoln. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna bet regardless, right?
Yeah, bettors will bet.
Whether they're gonna bet in Iowa, whether they're gonna bet through a bookie, not that that's legit is not. I'm just simply saying, I'm not a gambler, so it doesn't bother me one way or another. Yeah. But I think for people who enjoy betting on games, I think that's good. They don't have to go to Iowa, and I think, you know, they're gonna do it anyway. So we might as well here in Nebraska benefit. We might as well benefit from, you know, that tax money.
Yeah.
I think, you know, but so I think for guys that's running Iowa, I think it'd be good. They don't have to call the bookie. They don't have to do none of that. They can go legitly, and now they can go and bet right here in the good old state of Nebraska and not give all our hard-earned Nebraska dollars to Iowa.
That's right. So I think that's probably pretty good. Last thought, I just want to get any thoughts you had on the NFL draft tonight. Of course, it's a big night. Huskers aren't expected to be taken. This is just round one. It's been since 2011, the 2011 draft, since Prince Amukamara was drafted in the first round for Nebraska. Since then, I mean, Levante David was drafted. That was like the year after, though, so it's not much better. But any thoughts on the NFL draft tonight? Are you excited for it? You going to watch it?
And all that good stuff, but for me to sit down and watch it now, nobody that I know is going.
Yeah,
you know, so it's kind of hard to watch the draft because I'm not an NFL fan anymore. I'm more of a player fan. Like, I like players. I like Levante David. I like Sue. I like Wan'Dale Robinson. I like the Giants was my team. I like them because of Wan'Dale Robinson. You know, I like Tampa Bay. Well, I'm getting off of Tampa Bay a little bit because Tampa Bay is getting ready to fall apart.
Yeah.
You know, based on the guys that they're losing. So I'm more of a guy like I want to see guys from Nebraska do well.
Yeah.
Right. I want to see them just do well. I really do. And so I think that my deal is watching the guys. I can't wait to see which one of our Nebraska kids are going to get drafted so that I can follow that team and that can become my team. I'm not really concerned. The whole Brett, what is his name, going to the Jets?
Aaron Rodgers.
What the heck is it? Yeah, the whole Aaron Rodgers to the Jets is, for me, Is it a sideshow? Are the Jets going to be contenders because of it? Do we see the Jets as being a playoff contender because he's going there?
I mean, that's the thought. They seem to have a roster without a quarterback, so they do seem to be in the mix now. But the AFC is loaded.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where those top 3 quarterbacks are going to go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm interested to see. The top 3 quarterbacks. The kid from Ohio State. Now, it's another kid that's being touted as the first pick in the draft now, right?
Yeah, Will Levis, former Penn State that went on to Kentucky, Wandale's quarterback.
So I'm just curious to see where these top guys go. Other than that, there's no intrigue with the NFL draft for me.
Yeah, we'll see. Lamar Jackson also maybe floating out there. Has always been a name that maybe could get traded tonight, but that little intrigue there in case that happens. 49ers, the latest rumor there. The Ticket Water Cooler coming up next. We're going to talk some NBA playoffs, NFL draft. We'll have Brian Munson on to break down a lot of recruiting, some of this portal activity, some of the guys that Nebraska potentially could look at in the portal. So I'm looking forward to that for the Ticket Water Cooler coming up next.
Cool. Is Terrell going?
Terrell is going to go. You're going to go to the race, right? It's not too far of a drive.
Waiting on Big Mouth to stop talking.
All right, there you go.
Ain't that something? You got some nerves because you ain't said a word in 40 minutes.
I just said a word for the last hour and 20 minutes.
Whatever. Anyway, I'm here. I'm at the track. I'm going down. I'm going to get warmed up. I'd imagine somebody's going to take it live.
Yep.
So the captain is running the 400 today. Y'all can get off my back about it. It is going down 12:30 in 20 minutes. Nebraska Wesleyan. We want to thank Nebraska Wesleyan for them letting us use the track. And I'm gonna see if I can get it done in 85 seconds.
All right, there we go. There you have it from the captain. He's going to be out there running Rashawn Jackson. And, of course, Terrell Farley will be out there. He's going to run as well with a little bit less of a run. Yeah, a little bit less. All right, that'll wrap it up for the captain. Ticket Water Cooler coming up next year on 93.7 The Ticket.
Keep summer green with Judson Bylene and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install them and forget them outfit, long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like, just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's Fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off. Mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934. HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Your home should not be a zoo